We haven't put it out to the public yet because we're waiting to see if
Mm-hmm.
this prep mod is going to work. I'm waiting to hear from Jenny Cote, who's um, chair in New Salem. She wants to put it out to public tomorrow and start scheduling. I'm still trying to get numbers.
Come on.
Good morning.
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
I look like a duck.
Trying to get. Oh, come on. Oh, I see. Trying to get my computer screen here, and it's
Yeah.
not behaving.
Everything is cold this morning.
Ah. Oh, come on. I want to get my screen.
Imagine if he has trouble.
I know.
It's kind of heartening in a way, isn't it? Like, oh, even the
It's
expert
not just me.
has trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not expert at Zoom.
Well, that's,
Zoom does not want me to share utilities that I don't want to share because they're not relevant to anything.
Oh my goodness.
you have a double mask thing, huh?
This is an N95 mask.
Oh, it's a 95 mask.
Yeah, I ordered some actually for John and me,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah.
I ordered them from Amazon.
Oh, okay.
All right. Go.
God, I think I need to get a new cover for my little Mac. Well used.
Yeah. How long has he had it?
Oh, probably. Well, the Mac Air I've had for probably 7 or 8 years.
Oh yeah.
It's a great little computer. You and John ought to just
Well, we are looking into getting a new computer.
just get a little laptop Mac.
The thing is, we're so used to Microsoft Word.
Oh God.
You know.
Yeah.
Well, they have Microsoft Word for the Macintosh too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just think Apple puts out such a better product, but it's one of those things that. Yeah, I don't know. You're getting a laptop? I mean,
Well, we have a PC, and my husband just wants to get a new tower. Which is the brain of the thing.
Well, you
And
can get a Mac Mini or a Mac an iMac, which are basically the Mac equivalent of a desktop. Mac Mini is a teeny little thing, but it's equivalent of a tower. You had a keyboard and a mouse and monitor.
I mean, I know so little about computers. I don't even know what questions to ask. I think John is working with someone at Tech One in Orange, who actually fixed our
I
Board
have
of
to
Health
share the
computer.
whole.
Hmm.
I have no choice. I have to share the whole screen, even though it means stuff is being hidden because it's the whole screen.
Right.
It won't let me share a window,
Okay.
except for windows that don't make any sense to share, like all my other stuff on my screen.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the town website. I mean, you should
Yep.
be able to see it now, right?
Yeah.
And you log in by going to the home tab over here.
Yeah. I did that this morning.
Yep. Come on.
Do you want me to log in now?
You don't have to. I'm just showing you that what you do.
Okay, okay,
And I can log in. Then I have the basic, stuff here. It says my settings and stuff, and I can change those if you need to. Let me make sure this is.
yes, you might want to get a login name and password too, right? Or do you have one? To
No,
log in?
Barbara has one and you have one.
Okay,
You
Oh,
both have one.
okay,
I don't know what mine is though. Hold
I
on.
sent you an email. I'll send it again later. Anyway, to add this is
Oh,
showing your profile here. With all the things you can do.
yeah,
And
but I'm on a Zoom meeting. What can I do?
so to add an article,
Aaliyah.
mm-hmm,
you go to the home menu and it says add articles over
okay,
here.
okay,
It's cruising along here. Come
Huh.
on.
add article, okay,
It's doing it here. And so you'll have a space at the top for the title of the article,
okay,
Okay.
like,
Um,
you know,
okay, I'll do that when I'm done with my meeting with we're learning how to do
like say meeting agenda,
like
like I put in there.
8 things at once here. So I should call Christine.
Let's just see if we pick that one. What the heck? Then you have an edit area where you can put the agenda in, or you can upload from a Word document as well. There's
mm-hmm,
a way of doing that. You should be careful. Be sure to clean up the document because Word will put all kinds of crap in it.
The point is I
okay,
should call Christine.
But or you can just simply create a bullet list. You know,
okay,
But the point is I should call Christine. Okay, I will do that when I get a chance. Okay, thank you.
and so on. You just do stuff. Whatever you need to do.
mm-hmm,
And once you've got that figured out, and you can put the Zoom information in there as well. Copy and paste that from the Zoom. Next thing you need to do is go over to the publishing tab and make sure you select the correct category. Otherwise, it won't show up in any place. It makes any
okay,
sense. Other thing you might want to do here is if you have an article that they basically want to go away after a certain amount of time, you can specify finish publishing, or you can specify start publishing. You don't want it to be published right away.
oh,
Normally, just leave those alone, and it will just publish right away, and it'll just scroll down as new articles are put in front of it.
mm-hmm. Now, does Barbara send you the minutes and the agenda is posted on the website? Is that the idea?
Well,
I
no,
have-
I'll get to the minutes in a minute.
Okay, all right,
That's the next thing. Okay,
okay,
this is when you want to post, like an agenda. You can also post hearing notices or other kinds of news and information. Like there's like for the COVID stuff or encephalitis or any other kind of
okay,
health notice you want to put up, you can publish those as well as agendas. It
okay,
doesn't have to be agendas. It could be any kind of news or alert or some other kind of
mm-hmm. Robbie,
yeah.
because Barbara got called away on an emergency phone number, would you mind just going back to the ad in doing the steps over again?
Sure.
I'm sorry, Robbie.
Yeah,
That was a call I had to take.
Yeah, no
So
problem.
I got the part about logging into home and then I was
Yeah.
interrupted.
All right, once you've basically, okay, I'll cancel this.
I'm
Can't
sorry.
go back to this. It's just dummy. So to add an article, you go down here on the home menu and it says add articles.
Okay.
that brings you to this add article page.
Uh-huh.
Let's see, gets around to it. And you have a place on here. Well, it's going to there. Start with the content part. And now there's a place for a title, which could
Okay.
be, like the meeting agenda or some other kind of, you know,
See, like you have different things. in
Uh-huh.
there.
for example, you can put something like that, it's a,
Mhm.
Okay.
then you put in here like,
So you put in the title and then you start typing in the content?
yes.
Okay.
And then you have here, this editor has all the usual word processing paraphernalia. Well,
Mhm.
you should be careful not to get too excited with exotic formatting because that will make it look strange and hokey compared to the
Yeah.
rest of the web page. I mean, you could go, hog wild and have, everything's in different colors and different fonts and
Believe me, that's way down the priority list for me.
right. That I'm just saying that you probably shouldn't do that, but it's
Yeah.
there. And you can put in things like bullet lists or asterisk lists, and you can do different kinds of formatting. You can put bold
Okay. Italics, stuff like
and
that. Okay.
you can put in italics.
Okay.
You know, you probably shouldn't be doing underlining because that will confuse people about things that they're links and stuff.
Mhm.
Okay.
And you can also put in things like headings and stuff if you need to do that. Like big headings or small headings. You know,
Okay.
that sort of thing. And you can include things like links. There's a thing here for links, which is that. That's a little picture of a piece of chain. Yes.
Oh.
You can put a link in. That's this thing right here. And it will ask you for what
Oh.
the URL is you're going to put a link to. So you can put a link to someplace. I don't know. Right. So you can put in, a URL here like, you know, you know,
Mm, that's helpful.
you know, and you put some text for the link, and so you stick that in. You can also put in images, which is this little picture right here. If you need to put a picture in, you can find a picture to put from already there. You can upload a new picture, the upload button over here. And it shows what that picture will look like. You can determine things like whether you put this text on the left or the right or above or below or
Mm,
all
wow.
that sort of, exciting
Fancy.
things.
Mm.
If you need to put a picture in, I mean, I don't know, maybe a picture of a mosquito for the equine encephalitis, so people don't know what the or a picture of a tick when you talk about, Lyme disease. I mean, whatever,
A
Yeah.
capable.
picture of me pulling out my hair.
Yeah, that too. Whatever. So yeah. So you put all the message in there, what you need, and then the next important thing to do is you go over to publishing. And you want to specify the category. By default, it goes to the root category, which is not any place useful. But you can search for the category you want, which is going to be board. My keyboard works. There's Board of Health. And that will make sure it goes in the right place on the web page. It goes into your
Okay.
section. You can be turned featured on. It will go on the home page as well. So if you have something that's important that you want to make sure that everybody sees right away, you can make it featured and it will show up on the home page as well as the Board of Health page. And you can have articles that don't get published right away by specifying a future time for it to start publishing. And you have articles can go away automatically when told what the fish publishing is. By default, you just leave them alone and it'll be published right away. And then it'll get scrolled down as more articles are posted, you know, as things move along. The older articles still be there, but they'll have to be scrolled down. Anyway, once you've finished putting the article in, you would click the save button. That would save it and publish it. I'm not going to do that now because it's just a,
Right.
I'm just experimenting here. So I'll cancel this. That's pretty much how you do an article. Typically, you would do things like agendas that way, and it'll show up on the website, and people can then see them and whatnot. The next thing is uploading documents, like such as minutes and stuff. For that, you go to Documents and Forms.
Where's that? Where did he go?
Documents and forms.
Where did he go?
On the Home tab. Everything's on the Home tab.
Okay, home.
Right? There's a whole little menu of things you can do. Then here you then click on Board of Health. They get you to the right place. And then there's a subfolder here called BOH Minutes, which you can go in.
Did the what? The
Minutes.
oh, BO.
There's BOH Minutes,
Okay.
Board of Health Minutes. And then here's a Submit button. So you would click Submit.
Mm-hmm.
Then it'll give you this whole little form, a bunch of stuff to fill out, most of which you don't need to worry about. The first one you fill out is the file you want to upload. So you click Browse. And it will go to your local file system, and you can find the file you want to upload. I happen to hear the RATS documents I uploaded recently. So if your minutes were called that, you'd click on that and click Open, and it'll show the file name there. You always make sure that the system location is correct. You could put other stuff in here if you want, but you usually don't need to. All the way down at the bottom of this thing, the button that says Submit. You submit that, and it uploads the file. Because you're not administrators, the files won't show up immediately. Instead, they'll send a message to one of the administrators to approve the upload. That's just the way that system works. And usually I or Sam will approve it within a few hours or even a few minutes. So you don't worry about it if it doesn't show up immediately, but it will show up,
Mm-hmm. Can I ask a question, Robbie?
Sure.
How do we upload documents?
This is how you do it.
But
This is
where is the document to upload? Where does that exist?
what do you mean the document? Well, you upload documents from your local file system. When you click Browse, it gives you your directory. Like if you're
So like from the Board of Health files on our computer, we would sort of like doing an attachment.
just like you're going to attach to a mail message. Exactly. Basically, it gives you, off to whatever your directory is, and then there's files there. So this is my directory now. You're seeing.
So it's basically, this would have to be done on the Board of Health computer then.
Wherever you have your minutes are, yes. Or your documents.
And we would log in to the website, and then we have a document, say, well, construction permitting process that we want to put for people to print out,
Yeah.
and we would download that document somehow.
You basically, you would go to the appropriate, for example, let me go back here a minute. I'll cancel this. Get out of here. Yeah. So you go documents and forms.
Mhm.
You'd go to Board of Health. And then here in Board of Health, here's where listing applications are right now. This is the place you would put it. So you go down here to submit.
Did you catch where that was, Barbara?
Uh,
At the
Where did,
bottom of when you go to documents and forms, you go down to the bottom of the list of files.
and that's on the Board of Health. So it's documented form, Board of Health, and then,
At the
Where
very
is-
bottom of the list of files, there's a little button that says submit. That will submit a new file. Then when you click at the top, it says new file. You click on browse. And that gives the move this so I can see it.
I didn't quite catch where those forms were that are on the website now, where he found that. Did you catch that?
I think I know where that is.
Okay, and how to find it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's under documents and forms, and then you click Board of Health, and
Yeah.
that's the right location to upload to.
Okay.
And at the bottom of
So
a
does
list
that
of-
basically, when you click on Board of Health, that's going to show everything that we've posted on the Board of Health, basically? Or is,
it'll show the 5 most recent right now. I think I can change that to something else, and maybe a certain kind of module that does that. But then once you hit the browse button, it basically allows you to browse on the machine you're working on.
okay, I
And
see.
then
Yeah.
and that's just simply a
browse-
matter of
browse it.
diversing its file system to wherever.
Okay, thank you, Robbie.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you. So the browse is the key.
the browse is the key right up here under new file.
New file.
And it says so right here, either browse your computer and select the file you wish to upload from your computer for sharing, or you can specify if the file is actually on some other website, like say the state website, and you want to make it available here, you can put its URL down here where it says download URL, and then that will put it on the website that way.
Okay,
Either way, either option.
okay, great.
And then once you
Now, does the document, can I ask another question?
sure,
The documents that are on the Wendell computer,
yeah,
they're probably some form of Word or some form of PDF, or does it matter what kind of format they are to upload these?
it's best if they're PDF, since everybody can
Yes.
use a PDF. Not everybody
Yeah.
can deal with a Word document for various
Yeah,
reasons.
yeah.
I mean,
I got it.
I don't know if there's a Word program for smartphones, but there is a way of viewing a PDF with a smartphone. For
Hmm.
example, and not everybody has Microsoft Office installed. That's an added cost
Yeah,
program.
yeah,
So, but PDF programs are free. Reviewers are free.
yeah.
So,
So Robbie, here's a question I've had for quite some time. How do you, first of all, oh geez, there's a
Okay,
phone
you
again.
good. Of course.
We just had Microsoft 10. Well, yeah,
Board of Health.
not Microsoft, Word.
No, this is
Microsoft
actually-
Word 10 installed on our
but we're
computer.
in-
When
we're
I
in
have a
the Zoom
document that I
meeting
need
right
to
now,
send
Karen.
out or attach to
Can I
something,
reach you at home?
Yeah.
how do I make it a
Yeah,
PDF?
she's here.
I believe, I don't know for sure. I don't know Microsoft that well.
Okay,
I
thank you.
believe that there is on the file menu and export to PDF.
Yeah, I've seen that. I just didn't know what to do with it.
You just export it to PDF. Now make a PDF file.
Just click on that.
Yes, it'll give you it will give you options about, what kind of quality and what kind of paper to use and what file to save it to and stuff like that. I mean, it'll have a little dialog box with the
Okay.
usual kinds of things.
For example, we have, a whole bunch of hard copies of documents that people need when they want to, get a construction permit or whatever.
Yeah.
If I were to scan those, and because I can't find them, some of them in our files. I mean, these were done long ago. If I were
Right.
to scan them, into the computer,
Yeah.
and then I could just download it and change it to a PDF.
You could do that.
Huh.
Scanning is never really going to be really good. You'd be like, I mean, it won't be the most compact version because it'd actually just be an image, like a photograph of the document rather than you know,
Hmm.
actual text and
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay, so what
Um,
should I do instead?
the only thing else I can think of is basically recreating the document in
Uh-huh.
word processing program. I mean, that may be more of a long-term project. Short-term, you could scan them and make them PDFs that way. That would be a very quick way of doing it. But I'm saying that quality-wise, it's going to be iffy. But
So best to retype the whole thing.
if they're not, if not too impossible to do, I suspect some of them might actually be forms on the state's website that have standardized versions of those kinds of applications. Some
Some
of
of,
them might,
I mean, most of them have the Board of Health logo on it. The seal
right,
at the top.
right.
Um, I mean,
But they might have,
I've
there
redone
might be,
all our permits.
but there might be templates on the
Okay,
state site that says that this is what the form should look like. You can download their doc file, and you have most of the form, and you simply tweak it to be Wendell specific. I mean, that may also be a possibility as well.
so
I'm
where would
just
I
saying
go for that?
that I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying that there might be those forms,
Yeah,
someplace on the Commonwealth that
right.
might provide you with boilerplate for this is what you
Okay.
need to have for this kind of a form and
Okay.
somewheres. I mean, they probably have those kinds of things. I don't think towns created these forms out of thin air. Even back in the day, there was always some kind of
Hmm. Hmm.
set of standards for what you need to have for those kinds of things.
Okay.
And you may be able to find another form that's similar that you can sort of, you know, change a little bit to get the right thing and so on. I mean, just, those are obvious shortcuts to
Okay, so I
typing
would
it from
do that. I would either recreate them or format them from a state document and then just export it to PDF.
Yes, that would be the way to go. Then
And then
upload them to
download it
the
on that.
website.
Okay. Thank you.
Right. Now the third thing, get out of this, is to create and manage events, which is again over here on the home menu. There's new calendar event, edit events, and manage events. They're all fairly similar, but I'll show you the new calendar event. Once he gets around to doing it. And it gives you this sort of page. You give a title to the event. Um, whatever. And then you would select a category. Say official category. Then you have a place where you would put in the usual sort of like description of what it is. You would give what the location is. Say remotely via Zoom, for example, and the contact information here, 978-544, whatever that would be.
Mhm.
And you might put in an extra info. You might put, the Zoom information. Whatever that would might be, you'd put that there. Then the important part is you go over to the calendar tab, and then you would put in the date it starts, time it starts, and if it's a repeating event, you can specify how often it gets repeated: daily, monthly, yearly, irregular.
Sort of like you do for Zoom, huh?
Yeah, basically, it's very similar. I mean, you can do different things here, and there's by day, and it's, you specify how many repeats every other week. You would 2 there, and maybe for 100 repeats or until, some particular time.
Uh-huh. So is this what you do with our
Mm.
Board of Health meeting?
Yeah,
Post?
this was done that way. Yes.
Okay.
Right. I'll show you that in a minute. That's the next thing. So you can edit events. There's by searching for an event. There it is, Board of Health meeting. And here's the Board of Health meeting. And it says the next one is for February the 8th. This is an exception because I changed something specifically about it. And and so this is that, and you can look at the next repeat.
Oh gosh. Can I unplug you?
No, well, that's okay.
Here. Yes. Oh, hi, Nancy.
Over here it is. There's a little pencil to edit the event. If you wanted to edit it, you can unpublish the event, edit this repeat, edit the main event, copy and edit the event, delete the repeat, delete all repeats, delete all future repeats. So you can, do different things like that. So if you want to change,
Mhm,
if,
mhm.
if you're going to skip a repeat for some reason because they want to cancel the meeting because,
Okay. Yeah.
or if you want to change run at a different time or fill in some special information about it somewhere is in here. So you can do that sort of thing.
Mhm.
Or if you want to decide to reschedule all the future events, you can get all the future ones and then create a whole new event for the future. And there's also under here this manage events, which allows you to do more extensive editing of events and finding events to change and mess with and so on. You probably don't need to do anything like that.
Mhm,
But the other thing that you can do is that
mhm.
once you've If the event is already there and you want to go right to it,
Number?
where is it here?
Oh, Diane, yeah, no, I don't have her. Okay.
Anyway, so there, if the event was sitting here on the list over here, you can click on it
49.
to edit that event. I'm going to go to this one here. And so you can go to this event, that goes to the event.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a little pencil icon if you're logged in, which allows you to, again, there's the edit options.
Manage event, okay.
Yeah, so you can do all the usual editing things. So if the event you want to edit is sitting there already here, just go right to it, and then you can then edit it from there. No Board of Health meeting events coming up.
5427, okay,
Mm-hmm.
thanks. So, what I'm waiting on
It
now,
doesn't appear to be. Anyway, so
who are doing these
so those are all the
connected
that pretty much covers
live
the
online scheduling
the
service.
training. I mean, is there any other questions you have?
I have to see, I have to check. with Jenny Poteet. First of all, we have to make
Now
sure
let's
it's up and
just,
running. And, there's probably some sort of,
I think it's
sign-in that we have
something,
to have or something.
Robbie, I'll have to go
Yeah.
back over and,
That's something I'll have to
and
understand
work on it.
how to do
And
that.
I
Right.
mean, this is a great job. Just,
Yeah.
it's pretty obvious, but like all this stuff, when it's
Yeah.
a little unfamiliar, it takes a little while to
Oh yeah, of course.
get it into the brain cells. But the
Yeah, it's
other
called
thing
cra-
I wanted to ask you about
Yeah.
is I know that Amy, when she was the
Yeah, I had no
secretary
idea.
of the Board of Health, I'm sure that she had a travel,
Yeah, I
a
will
travel
definitely give
guide
her,
thing that you
a
plug
call
in
in a
and
little bit.
files are on it.
Okay, thanks so
Travel.
much, Nancy.
What's
Um,
a backup thing? Travel backup thing or?
I have no idea what that's talking. What that is.
Sorry?
I. Oh, you mean backup of your computers and stuff?
Yeah. So there would be a backup file on that little travel. Can't
I have
remember.
no idea how that about that at all.
Okay,
That's
all
not
right.
something I have anything to do with.
Okay,
So I don't
all
know
right.
what that
Well,
is.
Thank you very much.
I think Jim Slavas might know about that, but I'm not sure.
Okay, I think even Nancy might know about it, but
Yes. Okay, that's
I'm
another
just thinking
possibility.
that might be a way where we can find the forms in a PDF file, because I know Amy was very,
Yeah.
very computer thingy, and she worked on Mac. So, but thank you, Robbie. That
Yes,
was
thank
you
really
so much.
nice.
Yep.
So we may rely on you for a little bit more to post things for us until we get the hang of this. Is that okay?
Sure. No problem.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you so much.
Right.
Appreciate it a lot.
Sure.
All right then.
Bye.
We'll be in touch.
So, I'm sorry.
Well,
It's just
things happen.
This is coming up quick here. It's like I have to do things yesterday. Forget